Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever. We are here taking a look at Heartland. This is the last town we connected up here with our current transport company, and we want to try. Well, we're gonna be spending a lot of money today. Essentially, I want to try and finish up this whole right side connection all the way up to Falmouth, and that way we can have this nice 5-town loop to go back and forth on. We will then have 2 passenger trains going from Falmouth all the way down to Hellzone, which is kind of our main city hub down there, and it passes through Sandhurst and of course Heartland, and that way we'll try and get a lot of people moving on this line. In the long term, we'll probably be even extending from Hellzone out to the left here through Shrewsbury and maybe even up to Middleton, maybe connecting up to here. Middleton might end up going down through Southport as well, and picking up Emsworth and Chelsea, and maybe then making its way back to Hellzone, or possibly going back down to the river more towards Hemsley. Who knows? There's a lot of options we can do in these lines, but I think currently this is our best bet here. Let's go. Let's go see what we can do. All right. We have Heartland here. All right. What we got to do is we got to get these tracks to go all the way through the town. Obviously, split the town in half and hope for the best at this stage. Now, as you guys know, those are very expensive adventures to do, especially with our kind of starting budget like this. We aren't super profitable here in 1916. You know, we make between 2 million positive, 1 million positive a year, so it does take me a while. We will be taking out a pretty big loan for this though, so hopefully that works out. Let's go ahead and turn on all of our symbols here and take a look at just Falmouth in general here and figure out where we want our train station. Let's see the town breakout of industry, commercial, and residential. Well, first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at stations and see roughly how much area they are going to affect if laid out in different configurations. Ooh, not that great, to be honest. I will say maybe if we take out this section, it would be good, or we can kind of go conservative in terms of budget and just attach it up here. That way, the town can rebuild, and this might actually work out for us. You know, it's only 204,000. We can keep the 160 meters. We'll just upgrade to a dual track here, because you never know what exactly you're gonna meet in these type of situations. But this would hook up all the industry, a little bit of the commercial, probably half the industrial there. So that's interesting. That is an option. And to get the tracks from here and through, we might have to do our first tunnel. Just because, look, I mean, that grade is very steep, and to do that in that short amount of time would be very inefficient. So what I might have to do is station here, kind of zigzag this way a little bit, and see if we can't hook it to go through, say, this point and this point here, and then continue on, because this is kind of a pinch point in the mountain, so that'll be cheaper. We could also pinch it through here, maybe. Let's see if we can go up and then through that, maybe to here. That's basically the same distance though, and then you have to kind of deal with going around this way, and then you have to cross the road again. So I think maybe going right through here, doing a hard turn, and then turning it into the town might look pretty. It might look pretty good. You get a nice good approach of the town if you stay up high and then kind of swing down low where you can. So let's shoot for that. Now, I don't know how much money we can borrow. We're gonna need a lot though, so I'm gonna borrow my maximum of $30 million and try this out. Now we're gonna try just for the passenger line first. That would be probably the easiest. So let's go ahead and start removing some chunks here of road. 200,000 there, 300,000 there, and 400,000 there. So that's a hefty cost just to get some tracks through this town, as you guys can see here. And we might even have to take off some more. So there goes $1 million. But hopefully this will pay off. If it doesn't, not much I can say about that. If it doesn't, I'm gonna have to get rid of this road too, I think. All right, first things first. Let's get the freight through. So we have a cool angle for that, right? So we'll probably angle it straight through there. All right. And then we will angle this as close as possible to it. You can see it's going to be quite a speed zone. A definite speed drop going through here. But this might just be what we have to do to get this to work. I'm not quite sure on that. And then these also need to go north and south on itself as well. So we'll actually have to double these up. Just like that. And then try and join this. This might need to be longer for this to work, so we'll go probably straight for about $7,000. Alright, just so we can get out of town, and then we can do some junction work. Sometimes it's easier to go from the point you want to directly into that location. And we wanna try and get this close as possible to each other, just so just so we can make a bridge. We don't have much room. I'm gonna have to delete this section of road and try and bridge it over here to this corner, and then maybe here as well. So that'll be an interesting thing. Yeah, I know this is gonna have problems, but we're just gonna have to deal with it for now. And we pull this along, and you can see we already need to get rid of that road. So there goes another about $1 million there because of that. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Good. Boy, that is a cut in the terrain, isn't it? Look at that. That's just digging way down in there. So I'm gonna level this section off, and then we'll keep these areas higher. Why not, right? I won't mess with this road. In fact, this is just gonna have to be a dead end for now. I don't have enough money to do anything with it, and I can't delete it because that would be troublesome in terms of the price. We'll get rid of that section. Let's go ahead and level out this middle section here. And then smooth it out. Sometimes it's easier to take large swaths of area down before you smooth it. Okay, so we keep these areas a little bit higher. That might assist us in making the bridge look a little bit more natural. But then the railroad tracks are just kind of lower, cutting across through the middle of this town here. So let's get the bridge reconstructed because that is pretty important for us. All right. So I do bridges in sections. You guys know that by now. In fact, I can probably get away with just that to there. And this is to hopefully get a nice smooth transition into a bridge here, where we can then make it go just up a little bit, just to force it into bridge mode. This one we might make iron, right? We're in the 1900s. We We could use some iron here. That might look good. I don't particularly like the coloration there, but that's okay. Alright, so we have the up complete. We'll then go pretty much straight to the corner. So you can see we're going to have to extend the bridge out first. A little ways before we can start sloping down. Actually, I think we didn't keep that level. So let me do this again here. All right. Ugh. We might have to start on this end then. Get this raised up. Kind of as much as possible. Like that, and then just connect the middle part. Sorry, I'm still learning the game a bit, so excuse me for being a noob. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. This run-up's too short. And it's not getting enough height over these tracks is the problem. So what I'll do for now is simply lower it. And hopefully this is gonna give us a little bit easier of a time getting that height we need. Yeah, too much slope indeed. I concur. Wow, look at that. That's a little awkward. Doesn't really want to come out, does it? Let's see, can I make it go like that? Too much slope. Yes, it's definitely too high now. Okay. We got this. Don't you panic. I'll just go to plan B here. The one that I didn't want to do is build the road first, but I think that's fine. It's important for me to get bridges to look nice though, because they interact with the terrain a lot, and you know, they're just very beautiful pieces of architecture if handled correctly. So we have one track coming out this way, like so. And it looks like it's gonna allow that. I'm very surprised that's going to do it, but it will. The hard one is this, right? Because we have this kind of interesting problem with the pillars here. This could be a unique feature almost to the train tracks, right? So let's just smooth this out, make this look a little bit better. Wow, just cramming that in that small gap. You might have to even, I wonder if I can just fit the tracks here. I'm spending way too much money on this initial problem, aren't I? What I might have to do is something like this, just to get it close enough, right? And then come. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's see if we can get this bend kind of go in our favor here. Of course, snap. That would be too convenient. Come on, station, work with me, man. I know this is only the freight side, and I'm probably spending way too much time on this, but just like any creative game, Uthris spends time making parking lots and train routes. Yeah, that pillar is not a nice one at all. Okay, I think that can clear that little junction there. It's an odd tunnel, but it'll technically work for us. First things first, I'm gonna replace this bus stop here. I'm gonna move it over on this section though, and that should be a functional area now. And then at this point, this is gonna have to single track for just a moment while they come out here like that. Which is fine. I don't expect a crazy amount of freight to come through here, so they can share that. They can share that lane, and what I'll do is I'll probably even, over time, you know, things to consider when you are building in games like this is, you know, there's some ugly areas, right? So you'll wanna, you know, just kind of fill them in where you can, and maybe put some rocks as well, right? Because you done goofed. Collision, huh? I'm surprised it's giving me like that. Looks like I can't get too close there because we're getting some terrain tearing here, and that's just bothersome. It's just this whole little section is just a little bothersome. Yeah, I think that bridge is. Oh well, it's fine. I'll deal with it. Deal with it. Things can be changed. Let's worry about making money first. We're already 20 minutes in this video, and you guys just watched me build one bridge. All right, next step. Let's get the station. I have a feeling we'll just do passenger for now. Because let's face it, no other reason to do another one currently. All right, so there's the passenger station here over at Falmouth. Falmouth? Yeah, Falmouth. A little bit of a janky name they got here in this town. Okay, can't go quite straight across that road. What I might have to do is just reorganize this a little bit. Just like that. Just so we can get the tracks up through here. Alright. Let's shoot for this tunnel now. Oh, $700,000 for a singular tunnel. It hurts. It hurts a little bit. I'll be honest. It not the best feeling in the world, knowing that this is what I'm making right here. Considering we're gonna need 2. Though do we need 2? Or can I just get away with 1? Here's the question. Alright. can see this is creating quite the gap there. And I wish there was a way to kind of force things to be bridges beyond just actually building a bridge. You know, that'd be neat. But for some reason I don't think there is. So what I'll have to do is I'm just gonna curve it over this way as much as possible, and then I'll choose one side to kind of smooth out, and that's the side the other track will have to go from. So I'm thinking the left side here all the way across to there. Alright, so that means this is our sharp angle going this way now. Town authorities complain about the following interruption: Street, Heartland, and Falmouth. Disconnected. You guys are fine now. You're connected for now. You know, it's not the best. You know, we'll rebuild you. Don't you worry about that. So this side's gonna come out on a bridge. And I do like the wooden bridge look, so we'll keep that. We can keep that. And look, it's just gonna cut through these treetops. That'll look beautiful coming down through here. Question is, did I make it too sharp? No. Okay, we're gonna have a bit of a speed loss for sure. So this is a pretty steep incline right there. But hopefully we can kind of recover a little bit of it going around this way. All right. So we're just coming around the mountain. I'm trying to get to Station Direct. So 100,000. 100,000. There we go. All right. Now, to get this roadway hooked up again, what I'll do is I'll simply just go around the station. Bit of a cheaty fix, but I think it'll do. And I guess in theory that could happen over time. But for now we'll just go around. I think that's fine. Okay, so those are reconnected. We have our passenger line terminal set up. And now we just need to snake this over here and then connect over there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm doing these really wide sweeping turns just to keep train speed up for later once we actually get some better kind of trains, right? Terrain alignment collision. What? Okay, so I started with the wider turn. Usually whenever you do this, you want to start with the one doing the most turning. Because the wider one has more wiggle room. There you go. When it comes down to it. So we'll start turning this way. We'll try and keep it about 100 in terms of speed. Yeah, this will be a nice mountain route. Okay. So we need to combine these 4 tracks into a single there and there. You know, northbound, southbound kind of thing. So I'm gonna slowly curve this up through here. And then this whole turn is where the magic's gonna happen. Gonna happen right here. So, I think for now, what I'll do is control all these and just decide one to be the proper full line. And I think we're gonna go with this. The passenger line. Looks pretty good. And then all you do, something like that, this to come out. And then to single lane just to get underneath that bridge. For now, this will probably get completely reworked, but this will at least allow everything to function and look halfway decent. It's pretty nice to have a bridge going across a railway too. That'll look good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I would hit play, but our money would probably start going down pretty rapidly, and I want to try and get a train first on here. First things first. Most important thing. Beautification of our line. Just want to try and smooth out some of this. The sharpness. I'm fine with one side being super steep and the other side being a little bit more gentle. To me, that just makes more sense. Like, for example, this side. To me, it's always kind of like either the back side or the front side. And I think it looks nice to alternate them. So it looks like, yeah, really carved into the train here, supporting up to there. And then on this side, just raise this side up. In fact, all this can be raised. And this can be as well. Okay. So for now, that is it. It's a little bit of a long, winding road, but I think it'll work. I think it'll work. All right, get rid of height markers. And let's go. First things first, let's set up the new stop for the passenger train. This is line 2, and we can actually give it the proper name that it's going to have. It is the... oh boy, my game just minimized. That was weird. Okay. It is the Falmouth to Hales Owen. I guess P for passenger. Or penis, whichever, you know, it's up to you, I guess. Alright, first things first, let's go ahead and get rid of that. So it's Hales Owen to Sanders to Heartland to all the way up. Falmouth, all the way back down. To Heartland. To Sandhurst Annex. No, not Sandhurst Annex. That's the freight side. I'm gonna go to proper Sandhurst. And then all the way back down to Hales Owen. Okay, so that is our new line. What I want to do too is go ahead and upgrade our train, our passenger line, right? We're currently using this train here. It's okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and sell it all. So let's get a new train. Something a little bit more oomph behind it, right? It's time for an upgrade. We can do that here. The Class 75 built, blah, 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 equipped with larger wheels and a longer fixed wheelbase. It can go 90 kilometers an hour. That's pretty good, and it's a long line. Okay, so we'll buy that. Let's buy as much wagon that we can get. Alright, so this one can hold a decent amount of people, for sure. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a nice looking train. So let's do 1, 2, 3 axles. This is like first class. Then you have standard, right? 3 standard. And then we'll add as many of these. There we go. Well, I would like to get 4 on there though. So we have 2, 3, 4, but that's fine. All right. It is set. Train number 10. You know, I always get people telling me to color trains. So you know what? Let's do that. So let's first off invite the train out of the hangar. Look at that beast. Now that is a proper train right there. proper train. Alright. A lot of you guys have wanted colors. So you know what? This is a good time to do it. Let's see. What colors do we want this to be? Neutral tones kind of always look the best for me. Let's go with a green. Yeah, green would look good. Alright. Continue with play as it leaves the station. I like the cart variety too. That can look good. It's not its quite full length. It can only carry 65 total passengers, but I'm fine with that. Let's see. So it's gonna go straight over to Sandhurst because obviously it can't get back to Hell Zone until it's way back. But we're gonna go ahead and follow it. Not quite like that. There we go. Follow it like this, just so you guys can hear the sound. Look at the wheels spinning there. Very beautiful looking train with the black and this almost I don't want to say sapphire, but it's jade, like a jade color green on this thing. Look at that. So how fast we moving? 50 kilometers an hour. It's a little bit slower than I thought. I thought it said 90, but it's only going 50. That's not amazing. I wonder if it's because I overloaded the train. I just want to see here. Does it say? No, it doesn't. It doesn't really say its max pool weight. It is definitely a heavier one due to just simply all the cars. But you know, the old trains they only go 40, so you know it is technically faster. You guys can probably let me know. Probably a better layout than this. Let's go ahead and speed up time. Watch this puppy go through all the stops. Passing all the old models, all the old rust buckets. Going through here. By the way, we're in negative 513,000. If this line doesn't make us money, we're screwed. Game over. Cutting through the forest here. Yeah, this'll look nice. So we'll wiggle our way up to Sandhurst, and then up to Hale Zone, and then Falmouth, which is up through the mountains. Now, some of you probably were like, well, why don't you just make a line straight up to there? Well, I'll tell you. Simply, it's easier to keep everything kind of in line and in order. This train will make money every stop, hopefully, and be pretty profitable at that. Oh, look at that horn sound off there. Yeah, still 50 miles an hour. I think 50 miles an hour is going to be its top speed through here. That's fine. Pass an old goods wagon. I believe that's hauling a bunch of bread. Which, by the way, when we hook up the freight to Falmouth, we'll extend the bread line and the constructor line all the way up there. So we'll start delivering goods on all those stops. I'm still a little torn if I just want maybe a specific train going for a specific town. But if it's going all the way up here, might as well stop at every town, right? Just drop off what you can. Alright. It's gonna look so nice have this thing come up through underneath the bridge. We have plenty of passengers waiting for the train. There we go, 63,000 just to between the first two. We're back up to passengers 63, so that's good. And I think this is gonna be our screenshot. If I can just get the camera to work for me here. There we go. There we go. Get the nice new bridge in the background. That'll look good. Alright, speed up time. We're on a journey. Can you actually see people in the cars? You can! Since when was that a thing? I didn't even know that was a thing. You can actually see them in there. Which is interesting. I've never noticed that before. I don't know how I've never noticed that before. But that's a nice touch of detail. I'm glad they added that. Going up into the mountain, you can see hail going back there. Not hail going. Is it? No. I'm starting to forget the town names. It's Heartland. Yeah, Heartland back there. As we approach the tunnel for the very first time, we'll enter this view, I think, for this. It's a good tunnel. Nice and straight, flat, you know? Expensive, but I think overall worth it. Oh yes, this is a good mountainside view. This is why I love games like this. Like this by itself. Very beautiful. Coming into the station, which probably doesn't have too many people waiting yet. It's a new stop. Yeah, there's literally like one person here. No one got out. We went up here for almost no reason. Okay, that's fine. We'll see. We'll see if it becomes more popular. If we get a second train on here, I'm sure it'll be better. Yeah, we just need to save up enough money to get a second train. I think it was about 2 million for this one as it enters the tunnel and comes out the other tunnel. Just like so. It's always cool to see trains come in and out of tunnels. Alright, we're just going to let that run. And really hope for the best at this point. Because that's kind of out of my hands. Again, we'll upgrade the passenger lines. What I might have to do is start sending the trains. Like, send 2 trains to Sandhurst for construction material and back and forth instantly. Just boom, 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 boom. Kind of that quick cash. And then send 2 trains between Heartland and Falmouth for the construction materials. Boom, 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 boom. That might be best. That way we're not wasting the turnover in Sandhurst. You know? And then same thing for the bread shuttle. We'll probably do Sandhurst to bread shuttle, Sandhurst to bread shuttle really quickly, and then hit these 2 a little less frequently. That might assist our budget out a bit. I also need to start replacing some of these older vehicles. They're just starting to get a little too old for us. How's demands, Heartland? Yeah, we're only meeting 27% of construction materials. How about Sandhurst? 91%. So Sandhurst is basically capping out now, which might mean if we were able to get 1 new train here, what'll happen is Sandhurst will cap out, and that train might just skip it completely and go straight up to Heartland. And then, you know, maybe it can pay off to do that route. I'm still experimenting with many ideas I have with the game. You know, I'm pretty sure all my wagons are green. And boy, is this train looking a little rusted out. Here, I'm gonna change the color of you. You're a bread shuttle, so you can be that color. And you're construction material, so you can be more of the color of brick. Man, it's so dark. We'll do it below. We'll do it below. Yeah. Alright, pulling into Sandhurst. Finances say losing money. Losing a lot of money on this line. But if nothing else, our boats are doing amazing. If we take a look at our line summary here, about $800,000 off the construction components just down to this dock here. We're making $1.2 million on shipping the quarry materials for construction components. So the whole boat line combination is about $2 million positive. Our line 1, the orange line for the bread loop, a little interesting. We're not making money off of it really anymore. And one has to start wondering why. Because if we take a look here, our new train, which I did upgrade the train, which helps a lot with how quickly it goes over. It's just very expensive, I guess. And then if you compare that to the old train, which is slower, its profit margins are shrinking as well. Just everything is kind of becoming inefficient, slower. I think I need to turn all you guys the same color here. And teal. Perfect. Now hopefully we can spot kind of what they are at a glance. I think that's what you guys wanted based on the comments in the past few videos. Hey, you can change the color, you know, Uthris. You can change the color. So we'll change the color. You haven't made any money. Why? And now you see we have a fast train here on these tracks that are actually slower. So you only really go as quick as your slowest train. That's kind of the running mechanism, right? We got I gotta repay some of my loan. I might have to let the game run for a decent amount of time off camera and get our money up. See if we can't tweak it a little bit off camera as well, just to make some decent profit so we can continue expanding for the next episode. But this episode is over as we drop off some passengers here in Sandhurst. If you guys enjoyed the episode, feel free to subscribe for more creative and train goodness such as this. Off it goes. Go ahead and leave a like. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next episode.